Hi friends, I'm Mike here in Joplin, Missouri, and I just for one moment want to share with you my heart on some of the things that we're hearing about our friends and teammates in Ukraine. The leader, S, and his wife, O, they've left, safely getting across from Ukraine into Poland, Poland to Germany, Germany to Netherlands, Netherlands back to Germany to get a visa, and are currently in England. And there they're managing the rest of the team. About 20 strong, counting our part-time, full-time, and collaborative partners there in Ukraine. And can I tell you that for some of them, this has been 8 years of anguish because we experienced the loss of our first center of GNPI, along with a new center we didn't even get done building 8 years ago when the Crimea Peninsula was invaded. And some of those teammates are in that occupied territory. Oh, they're safe, but it is with frustrations and with constantly watching over their shoulders. Then we have the rest of Ukraine. And since the invasion, it has looked life-wise very, very different. Can I tell you about Anya and her husband? I won't mention his name, but they have 9 children, some of them biological, some of them adopted. The older ones adopted, they are on the front lines in actually the military. One of them in cybersecurity. How would you like to have some of your children war-torn front lines? Some of the girls have gone across the border to Poland. They're working as translators. And yet others are in university and you're going, where should they even go and study? The father is very involved in working on digital media. They said, Mike, one of the visions we had of putting all our teachings and all our books in that we've written online are so important because people are fleeing. All the pastors, all the teachers, all the folks that love Jesus have no access to anything, but they can do access because we've put everything online. The teaching, the videos, the digital books, all of that. What a blessing. What a foresight you had in helping us put that ready for such a time as this. Others, living in the occupied territory, got into Ukraine, finally free, they thought, only to be there right when the invasion started, and now what are we going to do? And God would use their gifts in agriculture. One guy actually, jokingly, is able to drive a tractor, joins another friend of his who are towing Russian tanks off the road that have run out of fuel so they can no longer be a danger. The lady is feeding and telling others where they can go to get medical care, telling them what boundary, what border, at what checkpoint is better to go to as they go from point to point to point for safety or sanctuary. And then with just a little bit of news that we put out about, hey, if you want to help in this relief effort for our team there, here's how you can do so. And you know what? We've had $35,000 given to date. So please do a couple of things for us. Number one, pray for peace in Ukraine. Pray for the church in Ukraine and in Russia. And pray, secondly, that the relief will be substantial enough, both from our government and from other churches, as well as from our small sources as well. And finally, pray that those who may not ever thought about the Jesus you and I love will now seek his face, and as a result of war and trouble and flight and refugee status, say, I need God. That's our number one prayer. So thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing your financial resources in some cases. You can still do that. And then finally, let's pray together for peace for our brothers and sisters in Ukraine.